You might be hard-pressed to find a collector who includes 1993 Donruss Baseball Cards among their favorite issues of all time, but that doesn't mean you should ignore them completely. In fact, if you're searching for a set that's nearly 30 years old, looks great, and loads up on Hall of Fame swagger, then this just might be the one for you. With that in mind, here is the rundown of the most valuable 1993 Donruss baseball cards, based on recent eBay sales for specimens in PSA 10 condition. 1993 Donruss Chipper Jones rated rookie card, number 721. We knew from before he ever appeared in a golf getup on a baseball card that Chipper Jones was going to be something special. And then after a late season call-up in 1993, Jones was poised to take over third base or shortstop in Atlanta in 1994. An ACL tear in spring training put an end to that idea, though, and Jones missed the entire strike-shortened mess of a season. Didn't matter to Larry, though, because he stormed into the National League in 1995, hitting 23 home runs and driving in 86 runs as the Braves won their only World Series title of the 1990s. Jones was just getting started, too, as he put together one of the greatest third base careers ever and sailed into the Hall of Fame on the first ballot in 2018. His 1993 Donruss card leads off here at $25 in perfect graded condition. 1993 Donruss Mike Piazza, rated rookie card, number 209. By the time Jones made his debut late in 1993, Piazza was already a darling of the season, working his way up from 62nd round selection in the 1988 draft. Tommy Lasorda's godson smacked 35 home runs, drove in 112, and hit .318. In winning the National League Rookie of the Year award, Piazza immediately raised the bar for offensive production at catcher and didn't stop for 15 years. When he hung up his spikes in 2007, Piazza had hit 427 home runs, with 396 as a backstop, breaking Johnny Bench's record. Piazza made the Cooperstown cut in 2016, which helped push his rated rookie card to $20 in PSA 10. 1993 Donruss Ken Griffey Jr., number 553. Griffey didn't have a rookie card in 1993, but he had already changed the hobby with that 1989 Upper Deck thing of his. And he was already this close to fulfilling most of his awesome promise everyone saw in him. All he needed was a skosh more power. Those 45 dingers Jr. hit that summer of 1993 checked the slugger's box and set us up for a couple of decades worth of is he the best ever discussions. He wasn't, but he was an all-timer, without any doubt. All good enough for a $20 Donruss card from this breakout season in PSA 10. 1993 Donruss Cal Ripken Jr., number 559. Ripken played most of the 93 season at just 32 years of age, but it seemed like he'd been playing since Lou Gehrig retired, which was sort of ironic considering that Iron Cal would break the Iron Horse's record for consecutive games played at 2,131 in 1995. When this card was issued, Ripken was exiting his prime and his hobby popularity had peaked a couple of years earlier, but he'll always be a collector favorite. Expect to pay $20 price tag for a PSA 10 copy of this card. 1993 Donruss Craig Biggio, number 84. Biggio played the first few years of his career with the Astros as an all-star catcher. In a move designed to save his body for the long haul and strengthen the team overall, welcome to the Astrodome, Ed Trubisky, the Stros stationed Biggio at second base in 1992. So, this is the first regular issue Donruss card to show Bish as a Keystoner, and the Hall of Famer lines up here at about $12 in graded mint condition. 1993 Donruss Nolan Ryan, number 423. Ryan, on the other hand, had moved across the state from the Astros to the Texas Rangers before the 1989 season. And it was in Arlington where his legend really gelled, thanks to notching his 5,000th strikeout and his 300th win, and 6 and 7 no-hitters, all in a Rangers uniform. The Ryan Express appears near the top of most of these sorts of lists, and he's not far off here. The Donruss card from his last year in the majors sells for about $10 in perfect 10 condition these days. 1993 Donruss Barry Bonds, number 678. Bonds won his second MVP in 3 years in 1992 and then bolted Pittsburgh for the San Francisco Giants. Barry, of course, had his biggest moments in the Bay, but that's also where he fell from grace. Will the dude who rewrote the record books, for better or for worse, ever make the Cooperstown cut? Hard to say at this point, but he makes our team at $10 for PSA 10. 1993 Donruss Roger Clemens, number 119. Same story for Clemens, except he followed up his second-place Cy Young finish in 1992 with a string of disappointing seasons. Just when it looked like he might be nearing the end, though, Rocket landed with the Blue Jays in 1997 and reeled off 4 more Cy Young awards through his age 41 season. He's one of a handful of the greatest pitchers ever, but he'll always have that PED taint over him like a smelly jockstrap. Still, Clemens takes the mound at $10 here. 1993 Donruss Rickey Henderson, number 315. Rickey turned on the afterburners in 1990 to win his only MVP award as the Oakland A's streaked to yet another World Series, where they were swept by my Reds. Just saying. For an encore, he broke Lou Brock's all-time stolen base record in 1991, then spent the next 40 years bouncing around from team to team. Wherever he went, though, Henderson crouched and walked and stole bases and scored runs and hit leadoff home runs. Might still be doing that somewhere for all I know. But for all his hot dogginess, Rickey pushes his 1993 Donruss card close to $10 in perfect slabbed condition. 1993 Donruss Frank Thomas, number 7. In the early 1990s, Thomas was like nothing we'd ever seen before, a linebacker, or at least a tight end, who could hit 300 with 30 home runs, 100 runs, and 100 RBIs every year. Every year. It was incredible. And while the big hurt slowed down as he got older, he was a monster offensive force for a lot of years and had a pretty easy time barreling into Cooperstown in 2014. His 1993 Donruss card sells for $5 to $10 in PSA 10 condition today. Like our video? Then like our videos and subscribe to our channel. WaxPackGods.com